Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is BALQIS MARIAH binti Abdul Muttalib. I'm from DDT for Network 1. Today I want to present about the assessment practical exercise 1, the subject network security. So for the first question for the PE1, Part 1, verified basic connectivity. From PCA, verified connectivity to PCC and R2. So for B from the PCC, verified connectivity to PCA and R2. So first we have go to the PCA. So go to the desktop and command prompt. So we go to the PCC, the IP address is p192.168.3.3. So this is IP for the PCC. So enter. So for the PCC, the destination host is inclusive. So after that, we go to the PCA. At the PCA, after we ping PCA, go to the PCC. From the command prompt, establish the SSH season to R2. Look back interface 192.168.2.1 using username sshadmin and password Cisco SSHPA55 and finish exit and SSH season. So after that, we do the ssh .ssh admin, go to the loopback IP address is 192.168.2.1. So 192.168.2.1. Enter. So for the password is Cisco SSHPA55. So after you do that, you just exit. So for connection to 192.168.2.1 is caused by the default host. So for the next step is from PCC, verified connectivity to PCA and R2. So from the command prompt, ping PCA 192.168.1.3. So for the PCA, we go to the PCC desktop command prompt and ping ke PCA. So for the PCA IP address is ping. PCA IP address is 192.168.1.1.3. So their reply for the PCA go to the PCC. So after that, we go to the from the command prompt establish SSH season to R2 loopback interface 192.168.2.1 using a username and establish another SSH season to R2 for G0/0 interface 209.165.200.225 using username SSH admin. So after that, open the web browser to the PCA server 192.168.1.3 to display the web page. Close the browser when they're done. Okay, after that, we at the PCC, we go command prompt and ssh l dot ssh admin 192.168.2.1. So for the password is cisco sshpa51. So after that we just exit. So the connection to 192.168.2.1 closed by default host. So after that, at the PCC, we close the command prompt, we go to the web browser, and from the web browser, we type the 192.168.1.3. This is a PCA IP address. So just go. So welcome to the packet tracer 6x the best thing since packet tracer 5x. Close the PCC, we done to the part 1. After that, we go to the part 2. Sorry. So for the part 2, explain the device in detail, configure ACL, tend to block or remove access to the router expect from the PCC, apply ACL, tend to increase traffic on the VTY line, verify includes access from the management station PCC. So for the part 2, we secure access the router. For the step 1, configure ACL 10 to the block or the remote access to the router expert from the PCC. Use the access list command to create a numbered IP ACL on R2, R1, R2, and R3. So for the part 2, we go to the R3 first. And then go to this CLI. For the password is Cisco conpa5. Enable Cisco inpa5. So first, we config T. So after config T, we go to the access list 10 permit host. One 192.168.3.3. So this is IP address for the PCs. After that, enter. So we close the bit R3. We go to the R2 and CLI. Password Cisco conpa5. Enable Cisco inpa5. So config T. So after config T, access list 10 permit host. Access list 10 permit host 192.168.3.3 is the same like R3. Just take a PCC IP address, and after R2 we go to the R1 CLI Password Cisco Wi-Fi. Sorry. Cisco Wi-Fi. Enable Cisco Wi-Fi and config D. The config key, you go to access list, 10 permit host, access list 10 permit host, sorry, access list 10 permit host 192.168.3.3. So that is for the step 1. We move to the step 2, apply ACL 10 to address traffic on the VTY line. Use the access class command to apply the access list to income the traffic on the VTY line. So at the R1, we continue that. Just line VTY 0, sorry, line VTY 04. So access class 10 in. So this is for R1. We move to the R2 line BTY 04. Just do the same like R1, and then after that access, sorry, it's ACC access class 10 in. And so after R2, we go to the R3 line BTY 04. So access class 10 in. So for the R3, so we move to the step 3, verify includes access from the management station TCC, establish an SSH season to 192.168.2.1 from PCC. So establish an SSH season to 209.165.00.225 from PCC and establish an SSH season to 192.12.168.2.1 from the PCC. So for the step 3, we go to the PCC first. And then we go to the command prompt. From admin.assh.192.168.2.1 password Cisco SSH TE5. So after that, just exit. So from the PCC, we do the same SSH SSH admin 209.165.200.225. Okay. Enter. Password is Cisco SSH oh sorry, Cisco SSH. After that, just exit. So we move to the PCC. We go to the command prompt, and then we go to the ssh.l.ssh admin and 2020 sorry 192.1c8.2.1. So this is connection refused by remote host. So for the PCA is the unsuccessful. The deck we move to the part 3. Part 3. So create a number IPACL120 on R1, verify that PCC and access the PCA via HTTPS using the web browser. Configure ACL120 to specifically permit and deny the specific traffic. Apply the ACL to interface S00/0/0. Verify the PCC cannot access PCA via HTTPS using the web browser. So go to the PC part 3, go to the step 1, verify the PCC and access the PCA via HTTP using the web browser. Be sure that disable HTTP and enable HTTPS on server PCA. So go to the PCC. Go to the PCC. Close the command prompt. Go to the web browser, and then just type 192.168.1.2. So this is loop 192. Sorry. So nothing go after for the step 2. For the step 2, configure ACL to 120 to specifically permit and deny the specific traffic. Use the access list command to create a number IP ACL. So for the step 2, we go to the R1. We access list. Access list. Access list 120 permit UDP any host 192.169.1.3. Sorry. So sorry, we go to the R1 and then do the same. So for the I'm sorry, that I want C8. So access. This is a step 2. Configure access list. So first we just go to the R1. After go to the R1, we do the access list 120 permit UDP any host and 192.1c8.1.3 then so EQ domain. So after that, access list 191.120 permit. This is to change the TCP any host to same IP address 192.168.1.3 EQ, and the domain is changed. We type the SMTP. Enter. After that, we do the same, but SMTP we change go to the FTP. After that, we type the access list 120 deny TCP any host, and then we have to change the IP address is no, the same. sorry. Access list 120 deny TCP any host 192.168.1.3, but we change the EQ 443. Then the last is access list 120 permit TCP host. And just remove the any TCP host. Okay, access list 120 permit TCP host who change the IP address is 192.138.3.3 and host 10.1.1.1 and EQ22. So that is for the this is step 2. We go to the apply the step 3. Go to the step 3 is apply the ACL to interface as serial 0/0/0. So use the IP access group command to apply the access list to incoming traffic on the interface serial 0/0/0. So interface serial 0/0/0. Oh, sorry. 0/0/0. Enter. After that, IP access group 120 in. After that, exit. So we finish the step 3. We go to the step 4. For the step 4, verify the PCC can access PCA via HTTP using the web browser. So for the step 4, we go to the PCC and then we go to the PCC and then open web browser and then type 192.192.168.2.1. The server reset connection. So that is for the step 4. So we move to the part 4. So for the part 4, modify and accessing ACL on R1. Verify the PCA cannot successfully ping the loopback interface on R2. Make any necessary change to ACL 120 to permit and deny the specific traffic. Verify that PCA can successfully ping the loopback interface on R2. So for the part 4, we go to the step 1. So for the step 1, verify the PCA cannot successfully ping the loopback interface on the ARM. So we go to the PCA and then we go to the loopback ping 192.168. So for the loopback is .12.168.2.2.1. So just a second, wait a minute, and then the result is request times up. So the ping are not success. So we go to the step 2, make any necessary change to ACL 120 to permit and deny the specific traffic. Use the access list command to create a numbered IPACL. So go to the step 2, we go to the R1. So for the R1, we go to the access list 120 permit 120 permit ICMP any ICMP any is equal required. So for that, access list 120 permit ICMP any uncreable include. So access list 120 deny ICMP any. So access list 120 deny change to permit access list 120 permit IP any. Okay. So there is for the R1. So we move to the PCC. We go to the PCA to know that. So we go to the PCA. So we ping again. Ping 192.168.2.1. So their reply date. Okay. So after that, we move to the part 5. So for the part 5 is create a numbered IP ACL 110 on R3 to configure ACL 110 to the permit only traffic from the inside network and apply the ACL to the interface G:1 G0/1. So for the part 5, create a numbered IP ACL. So step 1, configure ACL 110 to permit only a traffic from the inside network and use the access list command to create a number. So first, we go to the R3. Cisco Conpa 55. So another Cisco in 55. So for the part 3 is part 5. Config the that we go we do the access list 110 access list 110 permit IP 192.168.3.0 and then 30.0.0.255 and so after that apply the step 2, apply the ACL to interface to G0/1. So at the R3 interface G0/1 and then IP access group 110 in. So that is for the part 5. We go to the part 6. So for the part 6 is create a numbering IP ACL 100 on the R3 and configure ACL 102 block or the specific traffic from the outside network and apply the ACL to interface serial 0/0/1 and confirm that the specific traffic into interface serial 0/0/1 is handled correctly and check this. So for the part 6, we go to the step 1. So for the step 1, we go to the same is R3 and then exit goes. We have to the IP access list. So access list 100 permit TCP 10.0.0.0 and then 0.255.255.255 and then EQ 22 host 192 dot 192.168.3.3. So after that, access list 109. So access list 109 IP 10.0.0.0.0.255.255.255 and any access list 9. Okay, so access list 109 IP 192.172.16.0.0 and then 0.2553 255.255 and any. So next is access list 109 IP 192.192.168.0.0 0.0.255.255 and so access list 109.ip is 172.0.0.0 172.0.0.0 ano sorry 172.0.0.0 and then 0.255.255.255 and so access list 109 IP 224.0.0.0 224.0.0.0 and then 15.255.255.255 and so access list 100. After that access list 100 permit IP NEN. So that is for the step 1. So we move to the step 2. Apply the ACL to interface serial 0/0/1. So after that, go to the interface serial 0/0/1 IP access group 100. So after that, exit. So there is for the R3, that is for the interface serial 00. That we go to the step 3, confirm that the specific tracking internet interface serial 001 is handled correctly, and from the PCC command prompting the PCA server, the ICP replies are blocked by ACL because they are sourced from the 192.168.0.0/16 address space. Establish an SSH season to 192.168.2.1 from the PCC. Establish the SSH from the 209 and 165.200.225. So and then after that set this. So we go to the PCC, go to the command prompt, and then we ping go to the ping 192.168.2 sorry 192 PC solution dot one chip. So the PCC is one chip in 192.168.3.1.3. So we go to the thing. So the result is not successful. So the request is times out in the PC. It go to the PTC. So after that we do the SSH season to 192.168.2.1 from the PCC. So we end. Okay. After that we do the SSH. So SSH dot L dot SSH admin dot 192.168.2.1. So the connect times out, so the remote host are not responding. So after that we do the SSH season SSH dot L dot SSH admin and then 209.165.200.225. So for the password is sorry. So for the password C4 SSH PE55. So this is the SSH is successful. So after that, next. So that is for me. From BALQIS MARIAH. Assalamualaikum. Bye. Thank you.